Hello, English learners, and welcome back to Mr. Language. I'm your host, Mr. Language.
And I'm Anna. Before we get started, let's quickly tell you how today's lesson is organized.
This video has three main parts. First, we'll have our podcast conversation where Anna and I talk naturally about today's topic.
Then we'll move on to the interesting facts section, where you'll hear some surprising and fun things about coffee.
And finally, we'll go through the vocabulary section, which will help you learn and remember useful words and expressions connected to today's lesson.
Also, don't forget, you can download the complete document for this lesson from the link in the comments. It includes the full script, the facts, and the vocabulary list.
And while you're there, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and leave a comment. We'd love to hear from you.
Exactly. Your support helps us keep making these lessons for you.
All right, let's begin with the podcast part. Today's topic is one of my favorites, coffee.
Coffee. It's not just a drink, it's a culture. Let's dive in.
So Anna, coffee, it's such a huge part of people's lives. I feel like almost everyone I know either drinks it every day or at least has a favorite coffee memory.
Exactly. And what's interesting is that coffee is not just a drink, it's a daily ritual. For some people, the day doesn't even start until they've had their first cup.
I can definitely relate to that. For me, the smell of coffee in the morning already makes me feel awake. It's like my brain knows the day has started.
Same here, but you know what I've always wondered? Is coffee actually good for us, or is it secretly bad?
That's a good question. Let's break it down. On the positive side, coffee gives us energy. The caffeine stimulates the brain, makes us feel more alert, and helps us focus.
Yes, and that's especially helpful for people who need to study or work long hours. A cup of coffee can make a boring task feel a little easier.
And besides the energy, coffee actually has antioxidants. Those are substances that protect our cells. Some studies say that coffee drinkers live longer or have a lower risk of certain diseases.
I've read that too. So, in moderation, coffee can really be part of a healthy lifestyle. But the key word is moderation.
Exactly. Too much coffee can cause problems. For example, if you drink a lot in the evening, you might not be able to sleep.
Oh, yes, I've had that experience. I once had a strong cup of espresso at 7 p.m., and I was still wide awake at 2 in the morning. Not a good idea.
And it's not just sleep. Some people get anxious or shaky if they have too much caffeine. You know that feeling when your heart is racing?
Yes, it feels uncomfortable. I think people who are very sensitive to caffeine should be extra careful.
That's true. So to summarize, coffee can be good for energy, focus, and even health. But if you overdo it, it can be bad for your sleep, your nerves, and even your heart.
It's like a balance. Enjoy it, but don't let it control you.
Well said. By the way, how many cups of coffee do you usually drink per day?
Usually 2, one in the morning and sometimes another in the afternoon, but never in the evening. And you?
I usually go with one strong cup in the morning, and if I'm really tired, maybe a second one before lunch. I try not to drink coffee after 2 p.m.
Smart. You know, in some cultures, people drink small cups of very strong coffee after meals, even late at night.
Yes. For example, in Mediterranean countries, it's common to have an espresso after dinner. Somehow, they still manage to sleep.
Maybe their bodies are more used to it. Or maybe it's just part of the culture and they don't feel the same effect.
That could be. Another interesting thing is how coffee is connected to social life. People meet for coffee, they talk over coffee, business meetings happen in coffee shops.
Exactly. Coffee shops are like modern gathering places. A lot of friendships and even big ideas have started over a cup of coffee.
That's true. Think of writers, students, entrepreneurs. They all love coffee shops. There's something inspiring about the atmosphere.
And each type of coffee has its own personality. Espresso is strong and quick. Cappuccino feels cozy and social. Black coffee is simple and serious.
I like that description. So, if coffee were a person, espresso would be the busy business person, cappuccino would be the friendly neighbor, and black coffee would be the thinker.
Yes, and maybe iced coffee would be the cool, relaxed person at the beach.
Perfect. So, back to the question, is coffee good or bad? I think we can agree it depends.
Yes, it depends on how much you drink, when you drink it, and how your body reacts.
So, our advice is enjoy your coffee, but know your limits.
And don't forget, sometimes tea or even just water can give you the refreshment you need.
That's a good reminder. Not every problem requires coffee as the solution.
But still, life without coffee would be a little less colorful, don't you think?
Absolutely. Coffee is more than a drink. It's a culture, a comfort, and for many people, a little daily happiness.
And on that note, maybe it's time for another cup?
Yes, let's get one. But first, let's move on to the next part of our lesson, interesting facts about coffee. Fact number 1. Coffee is the second most traded product in the world, right after oil. Can you believe that?
Wow, that shows how important it is for people everywhere.
Fact number 2. The word coffee actually comes from the Arabic word kahwa. Coffee originally spread from the Middle East to Europe and then around the world.
That's fascinating. So, the drink that so many of us enjoy every morning has such a long history.
Fact number 3. Finland drinks more coffee per person than any other country. On average, Finns drink about 4 cups a day.
4 cups? That's a lot of energy. No wonder they love their coffee breaks.
Fact number 4. The first webcam in the world was actually invented to watch a coffee pot at Cambridge University.
That's hilarious. Imagine inventing such an important technology just to check if coffee is ready.
And fact number 5. Coffee beans are not really beans. They are seeds from the fruit of the coffee plant. People call them beans because they look similar.
I love that. It's a little detail, but it changes the way we think about our cup of coffee.
So those were our 5 fun facts. Coffee is full of surprises, not just flavor. All right, now that we've had our podcast and shared some fun facts, it's time to focus on the words. Kate will now introduce the vocabulary from today's lesson.
Yes, and remember, these words will help you talk about coffee more confidently. Let's hand it over to Kate, who will guide you through today's vocabulary.
Word 1, moderation. Meaning, using or doing something in a balanced way, not too much and not too little. Example, drinking coffee in moderation is usually healthy. Word 2, antioxidants. Meaning, natural substances that protect the body's cells and keep them healthy. Example, coffee contains antioxidants that can be good for your body. Word 3, anxious. Meaning, feeling nervous, worried, or uneasy. Example, too much caffeine can make some people feel anxious. Word 4, shaky. Meaning, not steady, trembling, or shaking slightly. Example, after 3 cups of coffee, his hand. Word 5, sensitive. Meaning, easily affected by something. Example, Some people are sensitive to caffeine and cannot drink it late at night. Word 6. Gathering. Meaning, a meeting of people, often for social reasons. Example, we had a small gathering at a coffee shop with friends. Word 7. Trade. Meaning, the buying and selling of goods, often between countries. Example, coffee is one of the most important products in world trade. Word 8. Average. Meaning, the usual or typical amount. Example, on average, people in Finland drink 4 cups of coffee a day. Word 9. Origin. Meaning, the beginning or where something comes from. Example, the origin of coffee is believed to be Ethiopia. Word 10. Spread. Meaning, to move or grow from one place to another. Example, coffee spread from the Middle East to Europe and then to the rest of the world.
That's all for today's lesson on coffee. We hope you enjoyed learning with us.
Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and leave us a comment. We'd love to hear your thoughts.